In the late 19th century, the tiny town of Ingalls, Oklahoma looked peaceful. Small wooden buildings lined the dusty street. Farmers and travelers passed through without worry. But the calm was an illusion. Ingalls had become a hiding place for one of the most feared outlaw gangs in the West. The Doolin-Dalton gang. Bill Doolin and his men robbed banks and trains across the region. They rode fast horses. They used stolen weapons. They fought sheriffs whenever they were cornered. The gang was bold. They were tired of running. They believed the town of Ingalls would protect them. Some locals even gave them food. Others stayed quiet out of fear. By 1893, the United States Marshals had reached a breaking point. The gang had embarrassed the government many times. The Marshals decided to end it. They planned a silent approach. They gathered a team of more than 13 lawmen. Each man was armed. Each man knew the risk. Their orders were clear. Capture the outlaws alive if possible. Stop the gang once and for all. The Marshals rode into Ingalls just after sunrise. Dust rose behind the horses. The outlaws noticed the strangers. They stepped onto porches. They watched from saloon windows. The air grew tense. Then someone fired the first shot. No one knows who pulled the trigger. But that single blast began a fierce battle. Gunfire echoed through the streets. The Marshals took cover behind wagons and water troughs. The outlaws fired from the hotel. Others shot from the livery stable. Civilians ran for safety. Doors slammed. Horses panicked. The smell of gunpowder filled the warm morning air. Deputy Marshal Richard Speed fell early. He was struck in the chest. Another marshal, Tom Houston, was wounded but kept fighting. Bill Doolin's men held strong positions. They knew the town. They used every shadow and doorway. One outlaw, Arkansas Tom Jones, climbed to a second-floor window and fired down at the Marshals with deadly accuracy. The gun battle lasted nearly an hour. Windows shattered. Bullets tore through walls. The Marshals pushed forward and shouted commands. The outlaws refused to surrender. Then the Marshals targeted the hotel. They forced Arkansas Tom to drop his rifle. Smoke drifted through the broken glass. One by one, the gang members realized the fight was over. When the dust settled, the town was silent again. 3 Marshals were dead. Several civilians were wounded. The outlaws scattered. Some escaped through back alleys. Others left on horseback. Only Arkansas. Tom was captured that day. The rest of the gang would be hunted for years. The Battle of Ingalls became one of the bloodiest gunfights between outlaws and lawmen in the Old West. The town never recovered. Businesses closed. Families moved away. Today, the ruins stand as a reminder of a morning when courage and violence collided on a quiet street. History remembers the battle as a final turning point. A moment when justice refused to retreat. And a moment when even the toughest outlaws learned that no town could hide them forever. If stories of real Wild West battles amaze you, stay close. I share the forgotten clashes, brave standoffs, and mysteries that shaped early America. Tell me your thoughts in the comments, and like, comment, share, and subscribe for more from The Driven Tales.